You're probably not going to believe me when I tell you I'm going to beat that tier 15 map spending only 10 exalted orbs. Now, what do I mean by spending only 10 exalted orbs? Well, I've got no gear on, no weapon, no gloves, no boots, no belt, no body armor, no helmet, and no accessories. I have to buy all of that, which is only allowed to cost me 10 exalted orbs, and then I have to beat that tier 15 map. The reason I'm doing this, because I see across all of the forums and the Reddits, everyone's saying it's super expensive to get good gear to be able to beat endgame content. Well, in today's video, I'm going to be beating all of the endgame content, or at least a tier 15 map, not a Valve version, which is obviously a tier 16. I'm going to be beating a tier 15 map using item that has cost me 10 exalted orbs, meaning you can do so as well. All you have to do is stay along these guidelines, and hopefully you can obviously do this as well. Now, we do see I am level 88 on this character. That will play a factor, but obviously being level 70, this should work for you as well. And I am an Invoker Monk. My goal is to try and make a build that's going to cost me 10 exalted orbs on every single character where you can beat a tier 15 map. So if you like this idea and you want to stay along and you want me to do the other parts, let me know in the comments down below what build you want me to do next for what character. And obviously subscribe so you get the videos for next time. Now let's jump over to pathofexiles.com/trade2 and start buying these items for 1 exalted orb each piece. So here we are on Path of Exiles 2 trade, which if we look here, it's pathofexiles.com/trade2. And we're on here, and then we want to quickly go to show filters, go down to the search, and we want to put buyout price exalted orbs, and we want to put it as 1. We're not allowed to go over that per item because we've only got 10 exalted orbs and we need to buy every single piece of item. Now, because I am obviously a monk, I'm going to have 1 spare because I use a dual wield war staff, or a quarterstaff as it's called, but for some reason in this item category, it is a war staff. But yeah, I'm going to literally be buying it all and then showing you. So I'm going to start off with, I think the best thing to start off with is probably to look for a war staff, the weapon. So we want to go to war staff. I think the best thing for us to do is to get a crackling war staff, because it comes with lightning damage. It's going to give us the highest amount of damage to start off with, to be able to do the burst damage based on the skills and the passive tree that I've got. And with this, we're going to add lightning, cold, and fire. And if we can, we want to do attack speed. But for right now, we're not going to add the attack speed. We're going to click search. Now we're going to click DPS because we want to get the highest DPS value. And there we go. The first thing that we see here, it's got attack speed, per kill, direct whisper. I'm going to go straight for that first one because that seems really good, really reasonable. Exactly what we're looking for 1 exalt. I'm absolutely happy with that. As there currently is an expert crackling quarterstaff available, what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and buy the amulet first. Or we could buy the rings. Let's say if we buy rings, where are the rings? Rings here. Let's go ahead and remove that. Now we don't want a cold damage, lightning damage. What we want is we actually want to get increased cold damage, percentage of increased cold damage, and we actually want to get as well percentage of cold resistant. If we could get it, we want all elemental resists as well. Then we want to type in here breach. We want to get a breach ring. We want to search that. And is there any that are 30%? There isn't any that are 30%. Obviously, it's got quite a lot of cold resistance and elemental resistance there, but it hasn't got full cold damage. If we go over to here and click show results and we remove that, for instance, is there any 30? We want to try and get the 30% increase there. That's got 30% mana, cold resistance, and a bit of lightning resistance. That's not bad at all. Have we got any better ones? This one's got evasion, cold, life per enemy killed. What else have we got? Well, how many rings are here? 303. So if we restrict that and we type 30 here, click search, and we've only got 5 rings. That's made it a little bit easier for us. So that is the best in terms of cold and cold. That's cold and cold yet again. It's got evasion, cold, cold, cold. We want to rule out one of these. So this has got a bit of fire on it as well. And it's got a bit of physical damage to attacks. It's not bad. This has got cold resistance, strength, intelligence. Strength is good to have as well on our set. It's got attribute modifier. I'm not too sure why it's got attribute modifier on this. But if we were to go... do we want mana? Do we want cold resistance? To get the most out of it, we're going to go for this one. Now, I do like the one with the evasion rating, but I'm going to go and click this one to buy. Now, in the game, I'm going to invite said person to the party. So let's go back over to the game and let's see if they join. While we're waiting for either of these to reply, let's go ahead and do lightning. So percentage of increased lightning damage, and we want lightning resistance. And then we will, because we do want to check to see if we can find one with elemental on there. We want to get lightning damage 30. We're not too bothered about that. Press that right. So we're not getting both. Let's go ahead and hit that. Okay, so we have got a 30 and 11. That's a 30 and 7. These are not the greatest of lightning, so we're going to pass on that for the moment. They do come available. So here we go. King Boxer has just sent me a party invite. Let's go over there. Let's go and accept. Let's go to King Boxer's hideout. And then we should be able to buy this ring off of him. Let's quickly do that. Where are we? Trade. Where are you, King? There we go. Right, this is our first Exalted Orb spent. Let's just check it. Yeah, it's cold resistance, lightning resistance, maximum mana, and cold damage. Perfect. That is the first thing we want. So let's leave that party. Let's go back to our hideout, only because it loads the fastest there, because it's like our server or the best server for us. First item bought. So we have now officially started off with our first ring, which gives us cold resistance and cold damage. Do take note that this does say it's down to -4, and then obviously we got a bit of lightning resistance, and obviously it's giving us cold damage. Do excuse the 1 life, that is part of the build, but don't worry, I'll be showing you that in a moment. That the reason we've gone for this ring and now we're about to go for a lightning ring is based on the 2 elemental damage types that we're going to be doing, is mainly electric and cold. So we can actually upgrade these really good. And if I give you an example, if I go over to Alva, and then I go to currency exchange and I put, I want, where are you? Where is the cold? There, cold. The tools. And I say I've got exalted orbs. I can get 5 of these for 1. And obviously for the sakes of this video, I will show you exactly what it does. So if we get 50 for 10, we don't want 50 though. Let's just do, there we go. Now, to show you, the reason I've gone for this ring, this is obviously something you'll be doing once you're doing your tier 5 maps. If you look, adds quality that enhances cold modifiers on a ring or amulet. This ring, I can still put more onto it, so I can still roll more onto it. If I've got the 30% increased damage and the cold resistance, and I go and put these on here, we go and apply. Watch what happens to the cold resistance and the cold damage. My cold resistance and cold damage is absolutely flying up. I can go all the way up to 50% because it's a breach ring, which you see there. I've got 45% increased cold damage and 54% cold resistance, meaning that I've already gone past my -40 and I'm into my pluses just on that one ring. And not only that, I'm getting increased 45% cold damage. These breach rings are actually insane, and I don't think enough people are using them. They're being absolutely wasted. So let's do the same thing with an electric ring. So here we go. We're on the site. We'd want to search show filters. We want to remove the cold damage. We want to increase lightning damage there, and we want it to be 30. And then we've got a lightning damage here. It's got fire on it. How many rings? There's 20, and the lightning resistant. What's the best lightning resistance? That's the best lightning resistance. It does give me a bit of cold mana. Rarity. Do you know what? I'm going to go for this one. It is not the greatest, but I am going to go for it because regardless, it's going to help. You could spend a while trying to find something that's a little bit better, or you could even remove, for instance, the lightning and add all elemental resistance if it's low. And then you see here it's got all elemental resistance. That works the same because it's lightning. It will still increase that. If you can get an all elemental that is max roll, then great. If you can't, then you want to just get a lightning resistance. Because the reason you do that is because when you upgrade quality on the item, you're going to be increasing either all lightning, all fire, all cold, all physical, anything like that, and you can do 50% obviously the increase on it. So that's why we're doing that. If I just reduce the quantity a little bit and then research, we might find something a little bit better. We need to find something with lightning resistance. Now obviously I'm just going to go back up and hit lightning resistance. Where are we? We're here. Let's go and hit search. What is the highest lightning resistance? 39 lightning resistance, evasion, maximum life. 31 with 26. It's still not bad. We could do that. That's pretty good. Lias and Chaos. We don't care about Chaos. It's got fire damage, lightning damage. You know, this one ain't that bad either. This is a real strong contender. That's got Chaos. We're not too bothered about the Chaos. It's got cold resistance, lightning resistance, dexterity, chaos, lightning. This one yet again isn't bad because it's got 23, but the plus the 8% there. So it's actually got the, in total, it's got the 31%, which makes it better than the other ones like that we were actually looking at, because it's got the 27% increased there. This one's got rarity, but it hasn't got much lightning. That's got the all elementals there, but these yet again are only 5s, not really worth it. Let's go and hit the increased damage. Let's go and increase lightning. Wait, what was that one? That one was 30, but it had 11 lightning, but it's got rarity. Do we want it? That lightning resistance is a little bit low, and I'm not really going to benefit off that. I'd be better off losing a little bit of damage and getting that more lightning resistance. So I'm actually going to hit direct whisper on this one. It's not something I want because I don't want the life, because the life is not going to benefit me. But I'm going to go and ask to see if I can get it. Yeah, so this person has gone and invited me to the party. So let's go back to the game. Let's teleport to them. Let's go ahead and trade with this person. Let's go and throw that on. It's got evasion. It's got lightning resistance. It's got increased lightning damage. So we're going to... That it is good. It's not amazing. It's not wow. But remember, we are only spending 1 exalt. If you increase that to 10 exalts per item, you're going to start getting really good items. Maybe not the best. Yet again, it goes from being down here to up here in terms of price, but the ceiling is obviously where you want to put it and how you want to min-max your build. So now we've got 2 rings on. We got the increased lightning damage, and then we got the cold resistance. Yet again, this is only 26% increased lightning damage. The lightning damage is lower, but the lightning resistance is at 39%. If we do what we did earlier when we looked at that and we put it on this, for instance, we can see it's increased 26, but the 39 lightning resistance, we go and hit apply. It's going to go from 26 all the way up to what, 40, I believe? No, we just shy of 40, so it's 39 from 26, whereas this one went to 45 from 30. So getting that 30 mark makes a huge difference in terms of damage. But look, we got 58% lightning resistance there and 54 here. So if you can get the above 30% to start off with, and the 30 for the damage, you're going to get 6% increased damage, which is pretty darn good. Definitely something I would be doing if I was looking to do that. So now we've got the rings sorted, and obviously you can spend more time looking for rings. We want to go ahead and we want to find a necklace. Let's do a necklace next. Actually, before anything, let's go back and check a war staff and see if anything has popped up. We want it to have cold damage. Try and give it a little bit more lightning. We'll just put crackling, expert crackling. Let's go ahead and search. And then we want to click DPS. We want it to be over 80. This is the one that we've tried to get. Let's see if he joins now, or she joins now, so we can buy that. So I do really like this one because it's got the attack speed, the cold, the fire, and the lightning. They have joined, so I can go ahead and buy this one now. Let's go over to this person. Let's go remove that. Remember, 1 exalted as well. 1 exalted. This is flipping insane. Let's go ahead. They are in the... they're in their world. I'm not going to drop in there because I don't want to open one of their portals or close one of their portals. I'm literally going to sit and wait in their hideout for them to come out. And then I'm going to trade them one exalted orb for it. So this is what we're going to be buying. You can see it's got fire damage, it's got cold damage, it's got lightning damage increase, it's got attack speed increase, it's got 59 life per enemy killed and 8 mana per enemy killed. We're not really too bothered about life per enemy killed because we haven't got any life, but on the game and off the game. We don't want, obviously, we don't really want the life per enemy killed, like I said, but everything else is obviously good to have. So not too bad, and he's already gone ahead and made it quality 20%, which is great. Okay, now we're trading. I'm going to go and throw the 1 exalted over. Accept trade. Trade is now done. I can leave that party, go to my waypoint, and go back to my base. So in theory, we've spent 3 exalted orbs right now. We have increased our damage by 15% 2 ways. I promise you, it doesn't make anything any difference to the build. Obviously, the resistances do help. These are things that you can get so easy. What it cost me, like a total of 12 exalted orbs, which you can get from doing 1 trial of Sekimas, and then selling your soul cores that you get from it. So let's just say I want exalted orbs, and I have Where are we? I don't have any. So let's just say I have got this one and I have exalted orbs. Now, obviously it is in reverse. You do a Sekimas. Once you've completed a little bit of it, sorry, not a Sekimas, a chaos, you get the soul cores, the trials. It is trial Sekimas. You get that, and then you can literally go ahead and sell them for 4 apiece. So if you have to, you do 2 trials that have got 7 waves, and then you've easily gone and got yourself them 2 upgrades to get yourself these rings upgraded, and then you've basically got the exact same as me here. So we've got the weapon, we have got the rings on. Now with the weapon, we just going to need a little bit more dexterity. We could get that off of items, or we can go and switch stuff around in our passives tree to actually make sure we can get it. But ignoring that, we have currently sitting on 116, 102, and to equip the weapon we need 165. So let's go ahead and buy a necklace. So let's go back to the website. Bam, we've got the quarterstaff, so we can remove that. Show filters, necklace, amulet. Where are we? Amulet there. We are not bothered about cold and lightning damage. Let's go ahead and search. We want to have increased maximum energy shield, so let's go and chuck that on. Where are we? Increased energy shield. I've gone and put it here. Can't see it, so let's add new stat. Increased energy shield, and we want to make it 50 because we know that's the max. If we don't find it, it's maximum energy shield, isn't it? 50. Search. There we go. Right, and we could hit increased armor, so we can get 50, 50, 24. All elemental resist and fire. That's actually really good. It is giving me spirit, which I'm not too bothered about. I'm going to go for this one. It's got lightning resistance, 38. It's got attributes. It's got dexterity. It's damage taken recoups man. Joe, I'm actually... Oh, I don't know. This is a tough one. Okay, someone's offered to trade me. Okay, it's the lightning resistance evasion rating. Do you know what? I'm going to buy it. Why not? Lightning resistance damage recoups of mana. Sure, let's do it. We'll do that. So what should we get now? Well, if we look at resistance, what do we need? Fire is the most. We need fire and cold. I think we should aim for a fire or a cold belt. Let's do that. I'm going to go for that one. Let's just message these. Charm effect duration as well, which is good. We could do that one as well. It's still not bad. Charms gained as well, so we can stop a lot of the, or negates a lot of these stuns that are definitely going to come our way. We're not too bothered about armor. Let's go and see if we can invite this person. Any more to do with cold there? Not that I can see. We don't need to worry about it. Okay, this person's joined. So that looks like we've found our belt for one as well. Remember, guys, spend more time on this if you want to. You're probably going to have a little bit more money to play with. You're not going to be tied to 10 exalts, sorry. But this is just to show you how good this build can be. Right, it's got cold, it's got mana, it's got everything. Let's go ahead and leave that party. Right, we've got the belt on. So now we've got the fire, cold, mana there. We've got the character is sitting at 0 flame, 44 cold, 63 lightning. We now need chest, boots, helmet, and gloves. Let's give them 1. Let's go and accept. Bam. Now, because we got the vest on, we can also put our weapon on. So we're already going to start seeing damage numbers. Why can't we? Because we haven't got any strength, right? So we need to get strength on something. To be able to use the Herald of Ash. Let's hit trade. 1 exalt. Okay, so what do we have? It's got quite a good energy shield, intelligence, fire resistance, and lightning. This puts us at 51, 44, 75. We've surpassed the lightning now. So now we just need fire and cold on our boots and gloves. We can do 1 and 1. We can do them both on 1. We can do what we want. We do need movement speed. So let's go and buy the boots. Right, so we got our boots on. Now if we go over to our character, we can see that we are sitting past all resistances on them 3. Now we do have chaos resistance, but we don't need to worry about that. Why? Because of this one skill here. maximum life becomes 1, but you become immune to chaos damage. So chaos damage cannot do anything to me. And then obviously it cannot be higher than 90%. These are 85, 82, 77. So they are definitely where we want them to be. We got evasion that, and we got armor there. So with the gloves, realistically, what we want to do is we just want to see what we can work with, see what we can get out of it. But the resistances are there, so we already can do the tier 15 maps with the weapon that we've got on. We've still got 2 slots that we can add stuff to. So you can min-max this a little bit more, but let's just get some gloves. I think with the gloves, we can see, or try and see what's got the highest energy shield now, because we've literally maxed out everything else. We're sitting at about 2,000 energy shield in the game. We do want it to still have some decent stats, not just high energy shields. This is what it can go up to. This has got attack speed on it, so it's really nice to have. If we look for attack speed, this has got rarity of items found, plus attack speed, so we could actually go ahead and hit, where are we with attack speed, increase attack speed. We can simply just go ahead and go over to the person and change one of my passives and turn it to strength. Let's go and do that. So now we can see that we have got all the skills active, and then we've got all our armor here as well. This is what we've got equipped, and if we look down at the bottom left, we've got 2,511 energy shield. We got 1 life. That Najero's just invited me, so we could go and get that, and then we can completely fob off everything. Okay, so if you want to increase the stats that you see down in the bottom left to make it even easier, we want to go ahead and acquire these Artificer orbs here, and we want to go and put them on our equipment. So you can only put 1 on your shoes, 1 on your hands. You can put 2 on your body. You got 1 on your head. Oh, I just unequipped my head. Put 1 on your head, and then you can put another 2 on your weapon, which will make the DPS of your weapon go up as well, because you can add another 10% attack speed on there, which will make that even better. And then simply you could just go ahead and add increase this one here, which gives you more energy shield. Wait, what's that? 138, 94, 98. Let's go chuck it on there. Let's go chuck it on there. So now we've got 3,000 energy shield that we can see down there at the bottom. I've got all my resistance to, not the max, but maxed up. We've got 62% evasion, 54% armor. I can still buy 1 more iron rune. I've got 1 more exalted orb left. But let's just say if I had an exalted orb, which is where iron rune, let's go and put exalted. I can get 4. I'm gonna just put 5 in. See if I can get. It's gonna take a while. No, I'm not. For the sake of the video, let's just quickly do it quick. Let's click place order. Let's buy that. Let's just go and put this on my boots. Bam. Now what are we sitting at? We're sitting at 3,006. Now we could increase this quite significantly as well using armor scraps. So you're probably going to get a load of these while going ahead and doing it. So you want to go and apply them to your armor. And now you can see I'm at 3,066 if I go and talk to Alva. I could do the exact same. I could go down to armor scraps, and I could say exalted orbs, and I could say I want, I don't know, 10. So if I wanted 10 and I could get 5 for 2, that'd be 4. But you're gonna, yet again, you are going to pick these up. So let's just say if I went like that, took them, put it on my armor, I'm still shy off of what I can get it to, but I'm at 3,300. Yeah, 3,319. You could also put it on your helmet. 3,400. Yeah, you get the idea. You can max it all out, min-max it, make it so much better than what it currently was. Just by putting them on, already increased it significantly. With the energy shield there, you go and chuck it on whatever it might be, and it doesn't increase it. It doesn't increase it by much when you go and put it on your gloves and that. But yeah, you can completely min-max it. Now we want the charm. You've probably picked up many charms along your travels anyway, so I'm just going to go and pick a charm up that I've got floating about. Let's go and equip that one. Just go to the well to make sure you've got it on. Bam, that's charged. Now, if we look at this build, it doesn't look special. You've seen exactly how much it just cost me. It's literally just cost me 10 exalted orbs or 9 exalted orbs, however you want to put it. Obviously, it's in theory, it's cost me a little bit more because I've upgraded things a little bit more than what they should be. But we can see the damage here doesn't look that big. Now, we've got this tier 15 waystone. Let me go and go over to my inventory. Let me get orb of alchemy. Let me go and apply it to it. So now we know it's an increased waystone. Let me get some exalts. Let me throw it on and make this as hard as I can. Now, monsters have increased critical chance here and critical damage bonus. So this is going to be a really hard one for me to do, right? So should I be able to do it with a 10 exalted? I'm not going to do the citadel. That is for sure something I'm not going to be doing. I'll do a ritual one, right? I'm going to throw that in there. I'm going to hit traverse. I'm going to go into the mine shaft. Not the greatest one to do a ritual on, actually, a mine shaft. You haven't got really much room you can move around. Not too bothered, though. I got 3,500 energy shield. And that is only going to increase as well with the skills I got on. I'll show you the skills after this. Now, they must be taking more damage. Monsters have increased stun threshold. Players have a 70% rate. Less recovery rate of life and energy shield. Oh, this is a real bad map for me to be doing. They're showing this on. But it doesn't matter. I'm still going to do it. And I'm going to prove to you that it is possible. The rituals are, oh, these are going to suck in these little pathways. You see I'm at 4,200 energy shield. It is going up in here. I've already got my next, or my waystone back, and I've only just started them out. I'm going to do my rituals all at the end. I'm going to go ahead and kill these. Have they got energy resistance or something here? Less recovery. Monsters have stun threshold. Increase. Monsters have increased element threshold. Right, I was wondering why I weren't doing much damage to them. Normally, you'll be blowing them up. But I'm not blowing them up because they can all take a lot more damage. Makes sense. Why I'm not doing so much damage now. I was literally well confused then, thinking, why am I not absolutely blowing these up? But it's because they can take a lot more. They've got a lot more resistance to me. Oh, this is so going to suck, these rituals. Just roll out of the way. Alright, I'm going to do one. Uh-oh, tornado. There you go, we've done one. What can we buy? Hey, we can get another crackling war staff. We've got nothing really that looks any good in here. Increased rarity of items found, maximum mana, energy. That's not bad. That's not a bad helmet at all. It's got, you do require a lot of strength. No, so we're going to continue our journey and try and get something else. We could go back and do the other one. Let's go and clear this map. Yeah, remember, this is a 310% waystone, and they are quite OP in this one. But I have got all my resistance, which does help. The mighty you saw I got hit there. I've got one of my exalts already back that we just saw there. There's one of my exalts back. Provides. I'm going to start this. I don't like the tornado in this. Oh no, don't get hit by that fire, whatever you do. Foul creature. There we go. That's that one done. What else have we got unlocked? We have got increased physical damage, not good enough. Increased physical damage accuracy rating. Increased spell damage, maximum mana intelligence, increased mana regeneration rate. No, we still need to carry on and do some more, because that is not good enough, unfortunately. There's 2 rituals remaining. We might be able to re-roll and get something else. Might have to show you me do another map, but I will show you my skills first. And remember as well, you can increase this build massively by just throwing on some Hands of Wisdom, but that's when it costs you obviously your divines. So there's loads of ways to min-max this build, but you know. I can't believe the one I took you in was the one where I can't do that much damage to them. I need to show you another map. For sure I need to show you another map after this. Because normally you blow up everything in one strike. It's just not working. Not taking much damage either, because obviously I'm getting an overload of my energy shield. Every time I'm killing them, I'm picking up them little white things that you see on the floor. And when I pick up them, it actually increases the amount of my energy shield. At 4,500. Just went down, obviously, because I got hit then. They hurt when they jump on you.
The mighty fall.
Okay, we can see where the bosses are now. Unfortunately, we've got to go all the way back to get to them. So let's just head there now. I know we still need to do a ritual back here anyway. So we dodged that not so long ago. Maybe we can get to it around here. Nope. Let's do another ritual. Got another tornado. Oh no. This isn't good. That tornado. This is terrible. I've got nowhere I can move. Okay, we did it. We had literally nowhere we could move. We had all them wheelbarrows in our way.
Loathsome creature.
Right, we can see everything now. So what is that? Increased physical damage. Got a regal, increased armor, lightning resistance, physical damage, chaos damage, not bad. Nothing I really want here. I think it's all quite bad. Let's go and re-roll it. We've re-rolled it. What have we got? I mean, that's not bad, but it's advanced. Cold resistance, lightning resistance, dexterity, maximum mana. That's a good ring. It's got fire resistance as well. So it's cold, lightning, and fire resistant. I like that ring. That's what we're going to buy. We're going to buy that ring once we do the next. Kill these without taking any damage so we can get up our energy shield. Up for them grenades. I'm not hitting these. Okay, they had an evasion rate in there.
Meet the dreamer.
Okay, that boss is down. Right, there was a ritual here at the start. Okay, we've done that one. Must be one further up. I'm sure there was another ritual around here that I didn't do. Yeah, here it is.
Foolish Val!
Right, let's start over here. No. No. No, I'm stuck. No! I got stuck. Flipping heck, that is the worst map ever to flipping do it on. Well, obviously you get the idea. I could have just gone around and killed the bosses. That I got trapped with exploding monsters. They didn't take any damage from me. Yeah. Let's show you the skills and the passive tree. So firstly, on the passive tree, we want to go to the ascendancy. So for the ascendancy, we have gone down twice. So we get the critical hits, ignore non-negative enemy monster elemental resistances. Obviously, only if it hits critical, it's going to ignore them. Then we've got the increased magnitude of chill you inflict, because obviously when you chill, you blow them up because you've got the Herald of Ice, which is one of the skills I'm going to go over in a moment. We've got I Am Blizzard, which gains 10% of damage as extra cold damage, and on freezing enemies, you create chilled ground. That's why you're seeing chilled everywhere when I'm freezing them constantly. We got increased evasion rating by 15%, increased maximum energy shield. We've got gain 1 spirit for every 6 energy shield on equipped body armor, and gain 1 spirit for every 15% evasion rating on equipped body armor, and cannot gain spirit from equipment. We got 20% increased evasion rating there. And then we got physical damage reduction from armor is based on your combined armor and evasion rating, 40% less evasion rating. Now that doesn't matter, because at least it's given us armor, it's given us more mitigation, and we still got high evasion, whereas evasion obviously caps out 95%. Then we want to go up the skill tree here. We can obviously switch it and have more evasion if you want to have a bit more evasion and energy shield. It's only the plus, it's not percentage, so that's why I haven't gone down there. So increased skill speed here, critical damage, and we want to go all the way up. We want to try and get the Essence of the Storm, so we gain 5% of damage as extra lightning damage, increased chance to shock. And then we also want to gain 5% of damage as extra cold damage and increased freeze build up. And then we want to try and aim to get this as well, which gives us 24% increased evasion rating and 24% increased energy shield. We've then gone, as we've come through, we've gone down this tree where we can go ahead and get ourselves at 50% increased evasion rating if energy shield recharges started in the past 2 seconds, and 30% increased evasion rating while you have energy shield. So that is increasing it all the time that we've got it. We've gone down this route here, so we got increased critical damage bonus if you've dealt a non-critical hit recently, and increased critical hit chance by 20%. This is it. Really, it's just going to increase our critical hit chance ratio as well as damage. And we head up here and we've got elemental damage, but we've gone down this route because we've got increased elemental damage if you've chilled an enemy recently, if you've shocked an enemy recently, and if you've ignited an enemy recently. Now we've got all 3 elemental statuses. We've gone down and then we've got here increased critical hit chance all the way through to 25% increased critical hit chance, which is pretty huge there. We have then got the increased maximum energy shield here, which goes all the way up to 40% increased maximum energy shield and 10% reduced maximum mana. And then we've got along here where we've got increased maximum energy shield, maximum mana regeneration rate, and increased intelligence, which does bring our intelligence up. So as we can see, we've got 28 strength, 177 dex, and 131 int. Moving along, we've gone and got Killer Instinct. This one here, this is really OP on this build because increased attack speed, attack damage when full on life, sorry, and increased attack damage when on low life. Now we've got this item here, which is maximum life becomes 1 and you become immune to chaos damage. So you've always got low life, but you've always got full life because you're always sitting on 1. So you are immediately getting all of that extra damage straight away. But we pair it up with Eternal Youth, which life recharges instead of energy shield. So life recovery from flasks applies to energy shield instead. So now we've just changed our life, our recovery to energy shield, sorry, should I say, which is flipping phenomenal. And then we went down this path and we've gone and added a load of critical hit damage and chance increase damage if you've dealt a critical hit in the past 8 seconds. And as we're always dealing critical hits, we're basically always going to have a 30% increased critical hit damage. Then we've got 30% increased critical damage bonus with intelligence that gives us dexterity there. Then we're going to get this dual socket next, and then we could obviously put a timeless dual and get even more. We can go ahead and get more attack speed down here to increase it even further. Now we've gone down this route as well here, so it gives us +1 to maximum energy shield per 12 evasion rating on equipped body armor. As you know, the body armor that we went for was a wax because it's got quite high evasion rating. And it's got energy shield, so we're getting energy shield plus obviously the additions from that perk, which is pretty darn awesome. We've gone up here and we've gone and got this, so we get reduced critical damage bonus but increased critical hit chance by 50%. But then we counteract it this side by getting 60% increased critical damage bonus but 20% reduced critical hit chance, so it counteracts it. Now we could obviously as well, if we want to try and do things a little bit differently, we could go and get acrobatics, but then you're only going to be sitting at 24% evasion, which is not that great. We could go and try and invest more points into evasion to do that. We've gone down here and we've gone for herald damage, 12% increased damage while affected by the herald. And then you got 50% increased cold damage while affected by herald of ice, by herald of ash, and then herald of thunder. So you got increased 50% of all because I'm using cold damage, I'm using herald of ice, ash, and thunder all together. So I've always got that additional 150% increase damage, and as we can see there, like the damage numbers that it shoots up by is quite significant when you get it. Then I've gone down and I've got the heart breaking, heart stopping, and struck through. So this gives us increased critical damage bonus with strength. Attacks have 1% to critical hit chance, and to intelligence +10, and critical hit chance +25%. Then we've gone down the quarterstaff path. We've gone this way, so we get increased accuracy rating with quarterstaffs and increased critical damage bonus with quarterstaffs plus dexterity. And then obviously you get your attack speed here. You've got the whirling assault, so you get 8% increased attack speed with quarterstaffs. Knocks back enemies if you get a critical hit with a quarterstaff, and as we're always doing critical hits, we're always knocking them back. You got the dazes, but then you got to this one, which increases defense while wielding the staff, and increases daze build up, freeze build up, and stun build up with it. So the possibilities still with the 12 points that we have remaining, you can do quite a lot with it. You can go down here and increase evasion rate and maximum energy shield and stuff like that, if that's something that you're looking to do, which could be quite juicy for this, as it reduces the effects of curses on you as well, which could be pretty good, as well as getting all the increases building up to it. We got this one, which gives us the increased attack speed, or because we got the 12 points, we could end up going down here 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12. So I'm gonna I need 13 points, but look at the damage increase that you get from this, because you get increased attack speed per 15 dexterity. Now one item that will boost this build up significantly is by going down the route and getting Hands of Wisdom. The reason I say get Hands of Wisdom, because if I go over to my Hands of Wisdom here and we look at my skill damage and I equip these, look at the damage increase. It goes from 28 all the way up to 38. The damage is huge. Why? Because Hands of Wisdom obviously gives you dexterity, intelligence, but it gives you 3% increased attack speed per 25 dexterity that you have, and it gives you 1 to 10 lightning damage to attacks per 10 intelligence. So this does make the build go up massively, like lots. So that is one item I definitely would get if you want to min-max your build quite fast in this game if you're an Invoker Monk. That would be the first like major item I'd buy if I were you, and then obviously start improving all your little bits and bobs here, there, and everywhere. So the skills that we've got the Storm Wave, and now these are not maxed out. By all means, I could get 5, but I'm going to need to get greater gems and stuff. But as I want to make many builds in this game, that's why I haven't really fully invested into this. So Storm Wave, we've got the sockets that we've got on. We've got Ambush, which supported skills have 100% more critical hit chance against enemies that are on full life. So you are hitting almost critical hits every single flipping time you hit the enemies, which is absolutely great. It's what we're going to be using mainly. Then we've got Conduction, which supported skills have 100% more chance to shock. So the Herald of Thunder procs a lot more. Supported skills deal 25% more weapon elemental damage. As we're doing all the elements on this, we're doing the fire, the lightning, and the cold from one hit. We're getting an additional 75%. Then we've got the Inevitable Critical, which supported skills gain 25% increased critical hit chance each second up to 100%. This critical hit chance is lost whenever a skill supported by Inevitable critically hits. So we're still keeping that critical up even higher. Then we've got Tempest, which has got the Inspiration. Supported skills have a 40% less cost, meaning we can use it more and effectively. So when we're fighting a boss, we're not draining our mana instantly and we're constantly spamming mana pots. We can use that quite a lot. Then we've got the Close Combat here. Supported skills deal 25% more attack damage to enemies within 1 meter of you, scaling down to no bonus at 3.5 meters or further. As you're hitting them with your hands, you're always getting the 25% more attack. Supported skills deal 40% more area damage, but supported skills have 50% less area of effect. So you're getting 40% more area damage because it's a hand-to-hand hit. Supported skills have 25% more attack speed as well, which is great. If we were to unequip that, you can see the damage goes up quite a lot, from 23 to 28, and this one as well goes from 20 to 28. So it's huge. You could go ahead and chuck one of these on here when you've got the 5 slots. Then we've got the Tempest Bell. This is basically for boss killing. Place into a skill socket gem. Sockets in the skill panel apply its effects. The supported skill grants free rage on melee hit. And if you want to know what rage does, if we go over here and look at it, rage grants 1% more attack damage per 1 rage gained to a maximum of 30. You lose 1 rage every 0.1 seconds if you have not taken damage or gained rage in the last 2 seconds. So we're basically getting additional 30% more attack when we're using the bell when we're going against bosses. Supported skills have Culling Strike against a rare or unique enemy. So if you want to know what Culling Strike is, obviously they're rare and unique that we're using it on. Culling Strike kills normal enemies if their life is at 30% or below. And magical enemies are instead killed at 20%, rare at 10, and unique at 5. But it just helps you get them last a couple of hits. Your supported skills knock back enemies on hits. So it just pushes them away from you. It just constantly like staggers them, stuns them, and increased magnitude of shocks inflicted with your supported skills. Supported skills have 50% less shock duration, but the magnitude is a lot higher, which is great. So then we've got the Herald of Ice, the Herald of Ash, and the Herald of Thunder. This is where we're getting the 150%. So the Herald of Ice is giving us attacks gain 35% of damage to lightning damage for 3 seconds on killing a shocked enemy with supported skills. 1 level to supported cold skills, and we're getting supported skills have 40% more area of effect. The Herald of Ash. Now you do need to get a spirit gem that is level 5 to be able to put this on, so because the strength requirement is so low, you can see it's there at 25. If you do get a spirit gem that's higher, then you're not gonna be able to do it. Now these are expensive, but the best thing to do is make a new character, level it up to where you get a level 5 spirit gem, and then put it in your storage, and then take it out on this character, and then get this skill. So we've got increased accuracy rating while supporting skill is active, which we don't need to have really. And then we've got 1 level of supported fire skills. Then for the Herald of Thunder, we've got attacks gain 35% of damage as cold damage for 3 seconds on freezing an enemy with supported skills. As supported skills cause 50% more freeze buildup and level of supported lightning skills. Then moving down, we've got Wind Dancer triggered. Sorry, what does Wind Dancer do? Wind Dancer grants a buff that gives you more evasion per stage. Being hit by a melee attack while you have this buff consumes all stages to damage and knock back enemies around you, which is really good unless you're trapped in an alley and you've got a tornado on top of you, as you just saw before. But gain a stage every 1.3 seconds, and you get 8% more evasion rating per stage. And then on being hit by a melee attack consumes, pardon me, but it has also got Gale Force, so it does give you plus 5% to critical hit chance and knock back enemies on hit. Then for this, we put triggered Wind Wave when stunned while using supported skills. Supported skills do not cause stun build up, but physical damage from supported skills is pinning. And then supported, as if you want to know what pinning is, here you go. So certain skills and effects allow damage to build up pinned. Once this build up passes the enemy pin threshold, they are pinned, preventing them moving or being moved for 4 seconds. Then we've got this one, which is lockdown. Supported skills have 100%, 20% more pin build up against enemies within 2 meters of you, scaling to no chance at 12 meters. Then we've got Grim Feast. I actually really need to level this up because this is OP. Feeds on corpses to bolster your energy shield while active. Enemies and reviving minions that die in your presence have a chance to drop a Grim Remnant. Picking up a Grim Remnant grants you energy shield, which can overflow maximum energy shield. Now, obviously, you do this, you get more recovery, a 50% chance to respawn Remnant when enemy of reviving minion dies. So we got 30% increased mana regeneration while a supported skill is active, and 30% increased recovery of life flask while supported skill is active. We've then got Ghost Dance as well, which I need to put more on into, but periodically gain Ghost Shrouds if you are hit. While you have a Ghost Shroud, it is immediately consumed to recover energy shield based on your evasion. So if we can get our evasion up, we can get more energy shield regained as well, which is flipping awesome. And then I've got supported skills at 30% less skill effect duration, so we can proc it a little bit more consistently. So this is the full build. This is the 10 Exalt Monk build that I recommend you to use if you want to go and do tier 15 maps without any issues at all, unless you're trapped in thin corridors. But there is plenty of videos out there telling you what maps to avoid. So if we were to look at it, we don't want to do mine shafts at all. With this, we could do Oasis. Oasis is a lovely style map to go ahead and do with tier 15s because you're in the sand, and yeah, it's just really nice. But there's loads of Deserted's really nice as well, but we don't want to be going down ones where we've got loads of thin bridges and passageways, because we're just going to lock ourselves in and make it really difficult. I know we will be dealing mass amounts of damage, but if you can avoid the chance of you dying, then please do so until you've obviously leveled up your gear. And the whole point of Endgame is you want to be looking for these citadels. So once you beat the boss in the citadel, you get a stone fragment, and then the stone fragment you go ahead and throw into this beast over here and fight the boss at the burning monolith. But you do need to get one of each fragment. Now you could obviously go ahead and do citadels, or you can go to Alva and you can say I want to get an ancient crisis fragment, and you could buy them, but you can see they're not the cheapest of things to buy. But you can buy them if people are willing to sell them. That's completely up to you. I could go and kill them and sell them, but we can see that's 233 and that one's 66. So you can go and destroy citadels and just sell the things for more exalted to upgrade your gear, so you can go through maps a little bit easier. Completely up to you. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. I know it was a long one. I am sorry, but I don't know how to make it a little bit quicker. Like, follow, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.